I'm Kelley Dial. My family and I joined Ascension in 1998 when my son Alex was about 6. We are what we refer to as Reformed Baptist. We came here and found that this was where home was for us, and have been here ever since and have been active ever since. I'm representing the Evangelism ministry today. I have been involved in evangelism for more years than I can remember. I was on the vestry a long time ago as the evangelism representative and stayed on as chairman after that, and then I did a second round on the vestry where for most of that time I was the evangelism representative, and once I rolled off a few years ago I became the chairman again. So it has been my pleasure to be part of this ministry for quite some time. To me, evangelism is the first ministry, the ministry where we are called to make disciples for Jesus. And I think everything else flows from that. Outreach, worship, everything flows from evangelism. And we Episcopalians are afraid of that E word sometimes, but it is really just that. Going out and making disciples. For a long time, the history of our church, the newcomers ministry has been a part of evangelism, and that has been something I've adored dealing with over the years as we welcome new people in. I think during this pandemic time, part of evangelism has been our virtual worship, not just the Sunday services, but compline in the evenings and noonday prayer at noon. I think that has allowed us to reach out to people all over the world, quite literally. I mean, we have people from Ghana on noonday prayer at times, and just people from former parishioners who've moved away, and just people who have found us through whatever means. It has been, I think, a blessing of this time, and I've helped Mother Mary with noonday prayer once a week and sometimes more often, and that has been very meaningful to me, although I certainly can't reflect like a priest or as well as Mother Mary, but it is nice to just kind of share your random thoughts with others and connect with people remotely. A lot of evangelism's programs intersect with other ministries as well, but one that I think is a real essential part of evangelism for us is the coffee house program that we've been able to continue remotely during the pandemic, but it normally is once a month, and it brings in people who don't normally come to our church, people who are just looking for an evening of good music, and we are so thankful to Angie and Rick McKee for doing that for so many years now. But while those people are there, we always leave the sanctuary open so people can go into the nave and look at our beautiful historic church. And I think that is an essential part of getting our name and our mission out to the public. So that's been a good program. Evangelism has a lot of plans that sort of got put on the wayside by this time, but we hope in the future to expand so that we're doing perhaps a booth at the farmers market and doing other things. We had a great little program planned where we were going to give not flat Stanleys but flat Jesuses to people and let them take them on their travels over the summer. So there are things waiting and things we hope to continue. I think evangelism is essential to forming and maintaining relationships here at our parish, particularly through the newcomers ministry that we are charged with. As people come in, we want them to do more than just come to church in whatever form that is right now. We want them to become integrated members, and by that I mean we want them to attend regularly as we can in this time. We want them to pledge, and we want them to have a ministry for each member of that family unit. Part of evangelism is guiding them toward what that might be for their individual interest, whether that is the choir or fellowship, flower guild, or maybe it's just going to the Inquirer's class. It is part of our charge to help do that and help people to remain not just members, but vibrant, integrated members of our parish. Evangelism in the Episcopal Church is, like I said, we call it the E word sometimes, because as Episcopalians, we're not as comfortable knocking on people's doors and giving them literature. But what we do, evangelism to us, is welcoming and making disciples. And at the Episcopal Church, writ large, we welcome everyone, wherever you are, wherever you're going. We welcome everyone, and we want you to come, and we don't want there to be a church part of you that's different from the regular part of you. One reason Bill and I came here is there's no difference in the Monday to Saturday dials and the Sunday dials, and that is the biggest blessing we can give anyone. And I think that's the best way that we can make disciples, is telling you, you come as you are, and we will welcome you.